Today, we delve into the highly anticipated yet controversial trip of King Charles to the South Pacific. The original itinerary had Charles and his queen Camilla attending the Commonwealth meeting in Samoa, followed by visits to Australia and New Zealand. This would have been their inaugural visit to their realm since being crowned king and queen, a significant milestone indeed. The importance of this journey cannot be overstated. Not only would it reinforce their commitment to the Commonwealth, but it would also serve to solidify their roles as the reigning monarchs of these nations. A royal visit of this kind is no small feat. It is a grand gesture of unity and respect, a reaffirmation of historical ties, and a celebration of shared values. But life, as it often does, threw a curveball in the form of a cancer diagnosis for King Charles. This unexpected turn of events put a damper on the plans, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the entire trip. The planning was put on pause, but not entirely discarded. The royal couple remains hopeful, and so do their subjects, that the king will overcome this health challenge and be able to fulfill his royal duties. The impact of this diagnosis has been far-reaching, not just on a personal level for the king, but also on a national and international scale. The itinerary had to be revised, with the trip to New Zealand now reportedly being skipped. The journey to Samoa and Australia, however, is still on the cards, albeit likely to be shortened. This development has raised many eyebrows and sparked a flurry of speculation. However, it's crucial to remember that these are extraordinary circumstances, and flexibility is the order of the day. The king's health and well-being take precedence over all else, and any changes to the trip are made with this in mind. While the plans are on pause, they are far from being completely scrapped. King Charles's determination to carry out his royal duties, even in the face of adversity, is truly commendable. His planned trip to the South Pacific, although altered, is a testament to his commitment to his role and his people. The Daily Beast has taken a keen interest in this story, presenting intriguing possibilities. They've caught wind of King Charles's unwavering determination to set foot in Samoa and Australia, despite his ongoing battle with cancer. The Beast seems to speculate that this is more than just a royal visit. It's a statement of intent, a demonstration of King Charles's commitment to his role and his realm. Now, let's delve a little deeper into the political landscape surrounding this trip. Australia, a member of the Commonwealth realm, has shown some level of popular antipathy towards the British monarchy. With sentiments of republicanism brewing, many Australians are questioning the relevance of a British monarch as their head of state. King Charles, well aware of this situation, is undeterred. The Daily Beast suggests that he is motivated by a desire not to be remembered as the man who lost Australia. This journey, then, is not just a trip. It's a mission to maintain ties with a realm that seems to be questioning its allegiance to the British crown. It's interesting to note that while there has been talk of Australia breaking free from the British monarchy, the process is long and fraught with complexities. Perhaps King Charles's visit could be a move to quell such sentiments, or perhaps it is a sincere effort to reconnect with the people. The Daily Beast paints a picture of a king who, despite his health challenges, is still determined to fulfill his royal duties. The question remains, will he actually make this trip? The Beast seems to think so, predicting that he'll definitely visit Samoa and will probably spend some time in Australia, albeit with a curtailed public schedule. Charles's determination to maintain ties with Australia might be a testament to his commitment to his role as king. Regardless of the challenges he faces, his resolve to uphold the monarchy's connections with the Commonwealth nations remains unshaken. Lately, there's been a noticeable shift in the conversation surrounding King Charles's plans. A subtle change in the narrative, a slight alteration in the tone. If you've been paying close attention, you would have noticed that the words are not just about his scheduled trips or his royal duties anymore. The chatter has taken a slightly different turn. The insiders, those who are privy to the goings-on behind the palace walls, have been slightly more hushed, their words more veiled. The sources, those who whisper to the press under the cloak of anonymity, have been talking in a different vein. The friends, those who've known Charles for years, have been hinting at something else. They're all saying the same thing, in different words and different ways. They're telling us that King Charles may not be doing as well as we'd like to believe. His health, they whisper, is not at its best. And it's not just about the cancer diagnosis anymore. There's a suggestion that things may be more serious, that the king might be struggling more than we know. Interestingly enough, amidst all this speculation and suggestion, there's something else that's conspicuously absent. There's no talk of succession. There's no whisper about Charles's heir stepping in, no chatter about responsibilities being passed on. The silence in this case is deafening. It's as if the subject is taboo, a topic too delicate to be broached. What does this silence signify? Could it be that there's a struggle going on behind the grandeur of the palace? Could it be that the question of succession is causing ripples in the royal family? Or could it be that Charles, in his steadfast determination, is refusing to entertain any talk of stepping down? We may not have the answers, but the shift in conversation is telling. It's a subtle signal, a quiet hint, that things are not as they seem. The silence on succession talks indicates a potential struggle behind the palace's closed doors. Clive Alderton, King Charles's private secretary, has been actively preparing for the upcoming trip. As the right hand of King Charles, Alderton plays a pivotal role in orchestrating the king's official engagements. Known for his meticulousness and dedication, Alderton has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the success of the king's visit to Australia. Recently, he spent several days on Australian soil, paving the way for the royal visit. Alderton's presence in Australia is a clear indication of the high priority that King Charles's visit holds. It is a testament to the importance of maintaining ties with the Commonwealth, especially during these trying times for the king. Alderton's task, however, is not just diplomatic. He also shoulders the responsibility of ensuring the king's health and well-being during the trip. From coordinating with local medical teams to planning the king's itinerary, every detail is under Alderton's watchful eye. However, what is equally intriguing is Alderton's absence from New Zealand. The lack of his presence there is a clear departure from the initial plan, which included a visit to the Kiwi nation. This absence has fueled speculations that King Charles's tour of New Zealand might be off the table. As of now, there's no official word on this, but Alderton's recent movements might be painting an unspoken picture of the revised plan. Alderton's trip to Australia and the conspicuous absence of a similar visit to New Zealand could be seen as an unofficial announcement of changes in the royal tour. It seems that the focus is now primarily on Australia and possibly Samoa for the Commonwealth Heads of Government Conference. New Zealand, unfortunately, might have to wait for another time. Alderton's visible preparations in Australia, but not in New Zealand, may serve as an unofficial announcement of the tour's changes. It's a testament to the adaptability and resilience of the royal household in the face of unexpected challenges. And as always, the world watches and waits for the next chapter in this royal story. The palace has maintained a careful stance regarding the trip, avoiding hasty announcements. There is a sense of hope that still lingers in the grand halls, a hope that King Charles will be able to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government, or CHOGM conference, in Samoa. This is no small meeting. It's an important gathering of leaders from across the Commonwealth, a chance for discussions and decisions that could shape the future of this association of nations. However, this hopeful aspiration is not without its challenges. The king's health has been a matter of concern, a persistent shadow that has cast uncertainty over his ability to fulfill his duties. His ongoing battle with cancer is not a secret, and it has led to a pause, a momentary halt in the planning of the trip. Yet the trip has not been canceled, it's merely on hold. This is a subtle yet significant distinction, showing the palace's determination to see the king fulfill his duties, if his health permits. The palace, in its wisdom, understands the importance of a definitive schedule. This is not a mere itinerary, but a carefully planned timeline that takes into account the king's health, his treatments, and his recovery. It's a delicate dance between duty and health, between the king's responsibilities and his physical limitations. This schedule must be approved and signed off by the king himself and his doctors, ensuring that his well-being is never compromised in the process. The palace's cautious approach is a testament to their understanding of the delicate balance between the king's duties and his health. It shows their unwavering support for the king, their respect for his position, and their concern for his health. It's a delicate balance, a tightrope walk that must be navigated with care and caution. The palace's cautious approach shows the delicate balance between the king's duties and his health.